Welcome back to First Goal Football. Today, I'm going to be doing my goalkeeping tips. I'm going to give you 5 of them. They're going to be nice and basic, nice and easy to understand, and the drills you can do at home to help yourself become a goalkeeper. Good luck, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think. Tip number 1 is our body position. In our starting position, so we are ready to make the save. Number 2 is our M's and W's, the shapes of our hands. Our third one is going to be our distribution. The fourth one is going to be our diving, so how to dive and how to collapse. And our fifth one is going to be our vocals and our communication. We're going to have some do's and don'ts at the end of the video as well. Stick around for them. So our starting position is so key because it sets the foundation for us making a save, us moving, and us being ready to play. The key parts that I always stick to are our knees in line with our shoulders. Our knees should be bent a little bit with our movement ready to go. Hands, this is my favourite one, like we're in the Wild West. Our hands, nice and neutral. That's going to come into play for our M's and W's. And our head, nice and bent forward. So we are ready to make the save, left, right at our feet. I'll show you from the side as well. Same thing, start nice and neutral. Make sure our knees and our feet in line with our shoulders. Bend their knees, hands in a neutral position, head facing forward, nice and forward so we can reach out and make the save we need to do. You guys can do this at home. You can get someone to watch you and look at your posture and look at your position, or get yourself a mirror, look forward, have a little sideways view, see what you think. Make sure you're getting in that position to make that first save. Good luck. With what I was saying earlier with our body position, M's and W's and our hands being neutral is key. So our first one is the W. We make a W with our hands because when we are making that first save above our chest, we need to have a nice strong W with the ball. The W is there, so if our hands slip or if our fingers don't get enough contact with the ball, the thumbs are there to stop that ball and cushion it. So when I'm making that save, my hand should be making a W on the ball. For the M, for example, it's the same thing. We should have an M pattern going through our fingers when we're getting the ball below our chest. So when I'm making that save, M shape should be there, and I close the bread basket or close the oven to put the cake in. There's loads of different ways to say it, but all we need to do is make that M below and close. So when I'm closing my fingers and closing the ball into my chest, it should be a nice M shape, and when I'm collecting the ball above my chest, a nice W shape. Here's how you can practice at home with someone or by yourself with a lovely wall. So the first one's going to be a W, so I'm going to get my ready stance, hands ready, head above, feet ready. I'm going to make that save and make that W. The key part is making that W. If I save like this, the ball can very easily slip through my fingers into the goal. Super important. Now the M, you're going to see my hands go under and close into my body. And hopefully, they'll be still in that M shape. So once again, neutral position, head ready. And as I close, my fingers are connected and I make that M save. If you haven't got someone to practice with, and you can find yourself a wall, you can find yourself a door, somewhere in the house you're not going to break something, all you can practice is throw and practice making our M's and making our W's where we can in our position. So now we're going to do this stroke from our hands and from the floor. So when we're receiving and looking for a throw. So the first throw we're going to go through is a nice underarm throw. All we're going to look to do is look to get our body in line with what we're throwing at. So for example, the guy in front of us, we are looking to be in line, as I am now, taking a step and using my feet as pointers. So wherever my foot goes, that is where I'm going to try and throw the ball. So if I'm looking to throw in front of me, point the foot and roll into the goal. So next one is going to be our overarm throw. So a lot of goalkeepers I've seen throwing like this. Now don't get me wrong, if you're practicing, you're a veteran, throwing like this can be you. If you're first starting out in goal, I would mainly look to go over my head and in a straight line. Throwing like this, the ball can easily slip or be thrown upwards and we make a mistake. If we're throwing downwards and through the ball, the only action that my body and the ball can take is to go forwards, it's just releasing at the correct time. So once again, I'm going to be stepping forward with my foot, using my other arm to allow my body to swivel and throw. So hopefully, it goes in like this. If you do not have a goal, or you do not have some cones, and you only have a wall, you can simply put some cones or an area on the wall to throw against and practice rolling against the wall, or practice throwing against the wall. We are now going to be receiving the ball and playing the ball. As a goalkeeper, these these days. Ederson, prime example. He's basically an extra player on the pitch that they can pass and use. So we are going to be looking at how he receives the ball and how he plays the ball. So with our distribution, we are going to be looking at receiving the ball and playing the ball with the same foot. So if I use a rebounder, a partner or a wall, what I'm going to be doing is as I receive the ball, my first touch is looking to open up my body and then play either across or to the person in the middle. The reason I want to do this is when I receive the ball from this way, I'm going to impress my striker as a goalkeeper from probably the way the ball's coming. So as I receive the ball, I want to get a good first touch in front of me and out my feet, so I can look up and either go long or find the simple pass in the middle. It is also important to try and use both your feet. If you watch Ederson play, he's a prime example of a goalkeeper that can use both his feet. So if he receives the ball with his right foot, it's the exact same to go and play it with his left. So at home, use your rebounders, use your partner, use your wall, practice with both your feet. Super important. With our diving, we are looking at 3 key parts of our dive. The first one is going to be our hip, contacting the floor. Next, our ribs and our side, and then eventually our arm. There's going to be a reason our elbow is not included in this. So we are holding the ball in our hands, and we are looking for contact of our hip, then our side, and then our arm or shoulder next. So as we are going to collapse, we're going to collapse with our hip, side, shoulder. And then this is a super important part as well. Our leg is going to kick us back up. The reason I'm using a ball is because I do not want my elbow to hit the floor and I don't want to use my hands to hit the floor. Because if I'm going hip, side and then elbow, it's going to jar the ball. And that happens all the time as a goalkeeper. They come down, jar the ball and it comes out. Secondly, I don't want to use my hands. Because as soon as I go hip, side and I put my hands like this, and I use this to get up. Look here, only one hand on the ball, it is not secure. So when I'm making my save, I'm looking for you to use your hip, side, shoulder, leg goes up, and we kick, and we are back up. The final one, my favourite tip, communication. In a game of football, imagine you're playing FIFA. You can see all of the players, all of the oppositions. As a goalkeeper, it's the exact same thing. You can see your centre-backs, your midfielders, your strikers. You can see their centre-backs, their midfielders and their strikers. So if you have a centre-back and they have a player on their left shoulder, right shoulder, tell them. If there's a free pass, if they can switch, communicate this. Be an extra pair of eyes. Simple things like left shoulder, right shoulder, front post, back post, switches, 1-2, player over there is free. Simple actions and simple communications like this allow your team to have an extra pair of eyes in the back of their head, all because you've been talking. So even if you're talking to them about life, keep chatting to your players, keep talking, keep them active, keep their brain thinking. My 3 don'ts in football. The first one, don't be bored. Them days where you don't make any saves, where you have nothing to do, and your team go win 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Enjoy them games. Clean sheets, all that matter. Clean sheets win games. So them days, keep yourself entertained, talk to your players, move your feet, kick the goalpost, keep yourself locked in. If you don't, that time you get bored, you start drifting off, we make a mistake. Do not get bored. Number 2, forget where your goalposts are. At all times, have a look. Use the penalty spot. Check it's in the centre. Sunday league, sometimes the penalty spot's not always in the middle. Don't use it as a marker then. Use your eyes, use your body, check your post. The worst one is when you go to make a save, there's an extra foot of goal there. You've left your inside post unattended. Make sure you know where your goalposts are. The final don't let a mistake define you. As a goalkeeper, if we make a mistake, it's normally game changing. When a player makes a mistake, nothing really happens. So as a goalkeeper, don't let the mistake define you. I was told when I was younger, imagine the mistake you make is like a fly buzzing round. Clap it, kill the fly, kill the mistake, and move on. So if you ever need a technique to get yourself over, maybe make a mistake or having a bad sesh, pretend it's a fly, clap it out, move on. Make the next thing you do the best thing you do. Be it a goal kick, be it a save, be it communication. Make the next thing you do define you, not the mistake. They have been my 5 top tips, my 3 don'ts at the very end of the video. Let me know what your top tips are for goalkeepers, and good luck goalkeepers for this season. You enjoy in January and February, the muddy ones, the slippy ones. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Peace out, A-Town. Love.